Hi, I'm Don from DonDronesOn. Great news! We've added 3 cool features to the Drone Pilot Canada app. Let's check them out. The first feature compares your drone's wind resistance spec to the wind expected at various altitudes and gives you a warning if you might be at risk. So what we've done is built up a database of maximum wind resistance for all the drones known to Drone Pilot Canada. They vary quite a bit, but honestly most are around 36 kilometers per hour or 10 meters per second. And we've actually used that as a default for drones where the wind resistance spec isn't actually publicized. So when you tap New Flight in the app, it compares the wind resistance spec for the drone you are flying to the current wind and forecast wind for the next hour at altitudes of 10, 80, 120, and for good measure, 180 meters above ground level. You'll see a warning for the lowest altitude that has sustained wind speeds or wind gusts within 80% of your drone's spec, or for that matter, winds outright exceeding the spec. In this example, the ground wind speed was only 28 kilometers per hour, but the wind at 80 meters was 49 kilometers per hour, and that exceeded my Mini 4 Pro's spec of 38 kilometers per hour. I chose not to fly that day. We also do a comparison of your drone's low-end operating temperature spec versus the current temperature. Again, we pop up a warning if the current temperature is less than your drone's operating temperature spec. Now, weather data is pretty accurate, but please be aware that the microclimate for your flight area could easily have winds way worse than what the weatherman says, particularly if there are tall buildings nearby or terrain such as mountains or cliffs. Please be careful at all times and use that built-in app you were born with, Common Sense. The other 2 features are specific for sub 250 gram drones. When you add a new micro drone into your aircraft list in the app, it will automatically flip the sub 250 gram flag to yes, activating the sub 250 gram toggle on the map. Now, if you've configured your micro drone to weigh more than 250 grams, such as a DJI Mini 4 Pro with the plus size battery, you may want to flip the flag back to no manually. And the third feature is that we now offer a very straightforward pre-flight checklist for those sub 250 gram drones. This new checklist will appear on everyone's checklist list. You can then edit it, hide it, or well, whatever else you want to do with the checklist according to your own situation. This one was a user request and certainly a good one. So there we have it. 3 cool features in Drone Pilot Canada version 3.3. Wind and temperature checks versus your drone's spec, automatic recognition of sub 250 gram drones, and a new pre-flight checklist. Drone Pilot Canada, built by Canadians for Canadian drone pilots.